Happy Wednesday. Oh, we've already got some YouTube watchers chiming in saying hello. Someone is here from Alberta, my home province. Welcome. And Colleen, I think, is coming here from Byron, Illinois, finally getting a chance to join us live. So hello to both of you. There's Linda from Underwood, Iowa. And I think we're just getting connected to Facebook now. I haven't seen any Facebook comments. So again, always make sure you drop me a little, thumbs up or say hello or, yeah, hand waving, it says. Good morning from Australia, Kylie. Good to see you. Jackie from Oklahoma. Cliff Clinton, Illinois. That's Paula. Terry's here. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. Judy from Boston. Pam from Ohio. Melbourne, Victoria, Australia is here. Tulsa, Virginia, Philadelphia. Good evening, Trish. I can't wait either. Diane in Connecticut. Hi to Deborah. Linda from Virginia. Bart from Minnesota. I always love seeing it. There's Sharon from the UK. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Stillwater, Minnesota. Oh, and now they're just going so fast I can't even read them. So always a pleasure to see each and every one of you. If we haven't met before, my name's Noreen Smith. I am the Product Development Creative Manager here at Creative Memories. And each and every Wednesday, I get the pleasure of spending some time with you guys and sharing some fast and fun ideas using Creative Memories products. And, we always try to focus on, well, not always, we try to focus on what's new, but also using older products that are still available that sometimes we kind of forget about, right? And there's always a lot of those because, of course, the PD team and our manufacturers and our designers are so incredible that we just keep bringing you brand new products again and again. This week being no different, there's a launch that happened on Monday that we're going to talk about. And we're going to take some time today to sort of stop and plan. And we're going to plan for happy, happy things. We're going to plan using the Happy album, which I know is a big favorite of a lot of you. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But I just wanted to say what a fantastic weekend it was this past weekend in the virtual crop group. So many great layouts were shared based on our October virtual crop sketches. If you watched last Wednesday, I mentioned that, of course, the virtual crop is a great place to get additional sketches, free sketches with measurements, 4 new ones each and every month. And then, of course, see lots and lots of inspiration for using those sketches. So it's a great, great fun time. And this past October virtual crop was no exception. All of our virtual crops throughout the year have been so much fun. So again, YouTube watchers, make sure that you are also in the Facebook group so that you can get some inspiration. And I know that I've had a couple of comments from people saying, I don't really do Facebook. And, I'm not saying you have to, but you might want to consider having a profile just to be in a group like that. Because, of course, you don't have to post anything on your personal profile, but you do need a personal profile to join a group. So just having that personal profile, minimal information, you don't even need to have a picture on there, maybe just a name or a nickname. And then you can join the Virtual Crop Facebook group so that you can get access to all these fun inspirations, get in on the challenges, all of that good stuff. Okay, so that's my public service announcement for making sure that you are in the Facebook group. Lots and lots of inspiration. Hello to everybody else who's hopped on in the last couple of minutes. Good to see you. Again, I think they've slowed down a little bit. But always great to see so many familiar faces and places when you guys drop me where you are joining from. It's always amazing to me that we can connect across the miles. So it's so much fun. All right, so let's get into it. I want to start by talking about something that's coming up for our next virtual crop, which is in November 10th and 11th. So let me flip you over to my tabletop. Da, 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 da. Secret box number 4 is available now. And the reason that I'm mentioning it in conjunction with virtual crops is because that is when we are going to open it. So November 10th and 11th is the next virtual crop. We're going to be opening and doing a live unboxing of Secret Box number 4. And then the rest of that weekend, you get to play with the contents of Secret Box number 4. Do you want to see what's in it? How about we just, you really thought I was going to open it? No chance, no chance. I do want to mention, because I know that some people will ask, I do have it in one of the older style boxes. There is something brand new in Secret Box number 4 that is too big. It's too tall to fit in this box. So we will have a slightly different box, but don't despair. Your favorite boxes, you know, these ones have the hinged lids and they're so great for storage and organizing. They will be back as soon as we have products that are appropriate size for these. So they won't see that for Secret Box number 4. It'll be a little thicker to accommodate something brand new and super fun, but you will see this again. Okay, I promise. The other reason I'm mentioning Secret Box is because it's sold out all 3 other times this year. So Secret Box 1, 2, and 3 all sold out. So you definitely want to get your hands on Secret Box number 4 before it sells out. And if you have Secret Box in your cart, you'll get free shipping on your entire order. So I'm just going to flip over here to my computer just to remind you of that. So you get free shipping when you order Secret Box number 4. So that is a great thing to know. If you placed an order last week and you were kind of thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to buy one, make sure you get it. You're going to get free shipping, and that's going to be a fun thing. Okay, so Secret Box number 4, get it before it's gone. Get it in time for our November crop, virtual crop. We'll be opening them November 10th. Okay? All right. So the other thing, of course, that we want to talk about with planning is, you know, the holidays are coming up. Back in September, when our 8x8s launched, I had mentioned to you that I wanted you to kind of start thinking about gift albums and maybe a gratitude album for October or November in conjunction with Canadian or US Thanksgiving. Gift albums for the holiday season. You know, many of us give a gift album for Christmas as a Christmas gift. So that's a perfect time to think about the 8x8s. But now that the Happy album covers, the new Happy album covers are out, I want to talk a little bit about those. And the great thing is that they're overlapping our 8x8s, our limited edition 8x8s. So you have some choices. But remember that the 8x8s are only around, the limited edition ones are only around until October 31st. Okay? So let's talk about planning. Let's talk about getting happy and planning to be happy using our beautiful new Happy album covers. All right, so I've got all 3 of the new ones here. Let me put the Secret Box aside just in case I inadvertently, you know, tip it over, open it up or whatever. So I'm really excited about these 3 because there's so many uses for them, and we're going to talk a little bit about each one. Let's leave 2024 until the end because that's sort of the thing that I'm planning for last. I've got a couple other things that I want to think about before then. So first of all, let me just tell you the 3 different colors. We've got the hunter green dotted stripes, and it is gorgeous. It's that deep hunter green, and then the stripes that are made up of tiny little dots are kind of a mint green foil. So it's very, very pretty and very versatile too. The clay is such a gorgeous neutral. That's something that I think everybody, you know, would love to have in their, you know, in their living space, especially if you have neutral decor. So it's going to be a great album for a masculine album, a gift album for someone maybe who's just getting started scrapbooking. That's going to be a lovely neutral choice. It's going to go with everything. And then our 2024 Happy Album planner sort of style is in sky blue. And again, the foil on that is kind of a tonal foil. You can see a little bit of that shimmer there. So absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let's start with the clay. Now, if I was planning to do, again, as I mentioned, a gift album for somebody, especially somebody who's masculine, I would think about the clay. And I would think about using our fast album formula. You can get this as a downloadable handout. I'll make sure to put the link in the comments. It's also included in the 101 scrapbooking ideas and sketches birthday book. So if you got that, you've got actually all three of the fast album formulas in there. But if you don't have it, I'll put the link in the comments after we finish our live today. And you can go through and create a super fast album. I don't know if you remember, but back in the summer when we launched the fast album formula, we used the Sweet Summer collection to create the base of a happy album with just 6 pieces of paper and a package of stickers. So I went through and we did the cutting. Again, maybe I'll link to that particular episode in the descriptions below once we finish. But we were able to complete the album in very short amount of time. And I've been so happy to hear from many of you that now happy albums are one of your favorite sizes because you've got something, you know, that can take the 12 by 12 papers and transform it into something that works for happy album size. So you can definitely use that beautiful clay neutral album with the fast album formula. And how about using it with what we talked about last week? I think the totally tonal avocado, blue, and beige products would be fabulous. So remember we did this layout last week, so you can see how great a happy album made with the, all you need would be 2 pieces of blue, 2 pieces of beige, 2 pieces of avocado, and you could create a gorgeous themed album. Very neutral, very tasteful, sort of handsome is always the word that comes to mind with these kinds of colors. Really, really stunning in its simplicity and its neutralness. So that's definitely something I would plan for if I had to create a gift album for someone, is, you know, again, especially someone who's maybe new to scrapbooking, a gentleman, a male relative, you know, anything like that. That would be my choice for planning for a gift album. Now, I want to talk also about the green because I teased a little bit that when the Hunter Green 8x8 came out back in September, I said that many of you might want, let me just put this up here. Many of you might want to use the 8x8 Hunter Green for your December Days project if you were going to do a December Days along with me this year. So I mentioned that, but I also mentioned to hang tight because the happy album might be another choice. And so I'm actually going to be using this one this year. I'm going to be doing my December Days in a happy album size. And that is primarily because, I'm just so excited. It's primarily because of the new 6.75 by 10 inch horizontal pocket pages. And for those of you who are happy album fans, I think you are ecstatic about these. These are slip-in pages designed to hold, you know, your 4 by 6 inch photos. There's also a little 2 by 6 inch insert where you can do some journaling or do a little bit of decorative paper, for example. And of course, it's double-sided. So you're going to get 4 photos, super easy to put inside these. And that's going to make doing something like a December Days album really, really easy. So I've gone ahead and I've added one pack, which is 12 of the pocket pages. And that's all I've done in preparation this year for my December Days project. And what I'm going to do is use the Christmas cheer mats. And I think those are going to be absolutely so much fun to slip into. Let me see where the opening is on this one. To slip into the openings here, do a little bit of journaling, and then add a photo. And I should have had some photos maybe from last year. Now with the mat cards, you know, we often have the vertical, but then on the back there will often be a horizontal. So you can definitely use them in that regard. You know, there's 'Tis the Season, and then 'Tis the Season vertically. So there's going to be lots of options. And of course, you could also put a small, you know, 3x4 photo over some of the half sizes and do your journaling on the tags or the journal boxes. So I think this is going to be really fun, and it's going to be really easy. Now, our larger mat cards are 6.5 by 4.5. So I'm still planning on using those, but I'm just going to need to cut them down just a little sliver on each side. And in some cases, you know, I might just cut them down even smaller, mount them onto another piece of paper. I'll have my Christmas cheer paper pack with me as well. And I'm planning on really just using my stickers. Of course, we have the beautiful ornament embellishments, but I'm just really planning on using some of these stickers so I can see some of the borders, you know, going across the center, decorating up those little sheets and putting in some journaling. I can see, you know, using some of the stickers right on top of the outside of the pockets, or again, dressing up some of the mat cards. I think it's going to be lots of fun. I think it's going to be interactive. I'm going to also add some peekaboo pockets and things like that. We're going to do some tip-ins. We're going to do some shaped pages. So it's going to be lots of fun inside these pockets. So that's my plan. And I should have mentioned, I should have kind of started out that saying, if you don't know what a December Days album is, it's based on the concept of December Daily by Ali Edwards. She's the originator of the idea. It's been going on for close to 20 years now. And last year, if you joined me on the Fast and Fun, we did a really fun 8x8 album with, again, lots of interactive elements, peekaboo pockets, and our designers created these fun little tabs for us. So you're going to want to tune in mid-November when we start to create our December Days album, because I think our designers are actually going to create some new little tabs for us that coordinate with Christmas cheer. So it's going to be the total package. You're going to be able to put together your album really quickly. But if you don't want to use the happy album, if you definitely want to stick with an 8x8 album, I do have another really easy suggestion for you this year. Now, last year when we made this, we did use the 8x8 album formula. And again, we were able to make all of the base pages really quickly by cutting up our 12 by 12 paper. So again, in our book, I don't have 8x8 printed off, but in the book, we also have the 8x8 formula, and I'll also put the link to the 8x8 fast album formula in the comments, just again, so that you've got them handy. So you could definitely take something like Christmas Cheer. You could take an older collection, Christmas collection, and do it in a 8x8. The Hunter Green will be gone October 31st, but you'll always be able to choose the core colors, which are the ruby, which would be beautiful for December Days, ebony, which is the black, chocolate, and cobalt, which is the beautiful blue. And that would go beautifully with, where's my Christmas cheer? That would go beautifully with all of the accessory packs, paper packs. So if you are excited about using those beautiful blues in the Christmas cheer accessory pack, you might want to think about either the ruby or the cobalt 8x8 album. Okay? But the other really simple idea for creating your December Days album this year, and I have to apologize because it did not arrive for me to show in person, but I think using the 8x8 Christmas Cheer paper album would be one of the fastest ways for you to actually create your December Days. So if you remember with the paper albums, and I think I have one, did I pull one? Yeah, I did. I pulled the everyday. So if you haven't seen the paper albums, they are just what they sound like. They are small. This is the cover sheet that you take off, but they are small albums that are pre-designed, and they have 6 sort of insert pages plus the cover. So that actually gives you 8 sides, right? So, or 8 sheets, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if you counted the front cover and the back cover, you'd have 12 pages. Now, here's the thing though, it doesn't have to stay in this format. We can use our handy dandy multi-purpose tool, take out the staples, and we can cut these pages into 8 by 8 pages. So let's just do one here. And of course, we did not have these paper albums last year. They were introduced, well, I shouldn't say that. We've had them before, but they were really introduced in the way that we see them now a little bit later in the spring. But so if I cut apart 2 Christmas cheer paper albums, I'd be able to just slide those right into some of our side-loading pocket pages, right? So I could just take apart my paper albums and create the base pages for an 8 by 8 December Days book. And it would be so fast. So 2 books will give me a total of 12, fronts and backs. So that should give me 24 if I have 2. So that's what I did last year. I only went up until December 24th, and then all of the rest of my Christmas, there was December 23rd and December 24th. So, and then all of the rest of my Christmas layouts went into our regular Christmas album. So those are just a couple of the ideas that I think that you might want to consider if you want to join me in doing a December Days this year. So we're going to be putting it together in mid-November. I'll definitely make sure to let you know the date, but definitely consider either getting the Hunter Green or one of the other 8 by 8 albums, or the Hunter Green Happy album. Both will go beautifully with Christmas cheer. They'll go really nicely with some of our other previous collections. If you have seasonal sightings from last year or Joy to the World, that would go really well with those as well. So that's my second thing that I'm planning for. And I want you to think about it too. Get your Hunter Green 8 by 8 before October 31st. Or choose your happy album. And then again, remember, you can choose whichever kinds of pages. So if you want to create a sort of more traditional album, you can get your regular happy album pages. If you want to take the easy route like I'm doing this year, get the new horizontal pocket pages in order to slide things in. And same with your 8 by 8s. You can choose the slide in side loading pocket pages, as I mentioned, or your traditional pages. And you can get your traditional pages in a few different colors: natural, white, spargo, and black, I think. So definitely make some choices about what size, well, if you're going to do the happy album, or if you're going to do the December Days album, and then what size. Okay. So that's the second thing I'm sort of thinking about and planning for right now. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And as I mentioned, I will post the happy album formula, and I'll even post the little flip through. I think that was done on Facebook as a little Facebook Live. So if you're on YouTube, you may not have seen the flip through of the final happy, I'm getting all confused, the final December Days album from last year. Okay, now we've been just talking about pocket pages and stuff, and I do want to answer a question that we've seen a lot since the Happy Album pocket pages were released. The big question is, will the Happy Album pocket pages fit into a 12 by 12 album. And I wanted to show you that, yes, they do. You're going to have so many choices for your inserts, for your pocket albums. So why do I not have a full album here? Oh, I do. Let me grab this. Sorry. It's off to the side. I want to talk about this Hunter Green album in a moment. But here's a 12 by 12 album. There's no pages in it yet. But I wanted to show you that you've got 4 different choices for pocket albums for your 12 by 12s. You can go, of course, you can go with regular pages, right? They just look like the same regular pages that we were talking about for the 8 by 8s, but of course they're 12 by 12. Then you have the choice of the large size pocket page. These are top loading. They come with the sheet of cardstock inside. You can just slip your page inside them. And I think that these are great for anybody who is not a chronological scrapbooker, especially because you can load up your album with your empty pocket pages and you can move your layouts around. So that's your first choice. Your second choice is the 12 by 12 multi-pocket pages. And these are ones that are divided. You can see that you can get 3 horizontal and 2 vertical photos into each. So that would be a total of 10 photos. And you can, I'm just holding them up here because then you can see that the staples where the jeeping is fit the strap hinges in the 12 by 12 album. So that's your second choice. Your third choice is an 8.5 by, is it 11 or 10? I can never remember. Let me grab my ruler. It is 11. So 8.5 by 11. It should fit, your regular size papers, like report cards and, pamphlets and things that come home, certificates, all that kind of stuff. But you can see that even though it's smaller than 12 by 12, the staples and the jeeping go at the exact same places. So they will fit into your 12 by 12 album. And it's nice because that's a great way to protect your documents, especially, or smaller things, in a 12 by 12 album. And so, yes, you can see the staples are in exactly the right spot for the new pocket pages as well. And I think these will be great to insert between a regular layout. Again, just a nice little spot to add 4 extra photos and some journaling. They can be interspersed with regular pages or any of the other pocket pages. Okay, so you have 4 choices for pocket pages that fit in your 12 by 12 album. So I just wanted to address that because I know that there's been a few different questions about that since the Happy Album pocket pages came out. Okay, now since I've got this here, we were talking about Hunter Green, right? We've got the Hunter Green 8 by 8. We've got the Hunter Green Happy Album. If you are a Hunter Green fan, and you are not yet a Creative Memories advisor, you are going to want to join, if for nothing else, but to get this beautiful Sunbursts Hunter Green album. So let me see if I can just get you back to the my computer here. If you just are on the Creative Memories website and you go to join, the join tab all the way over at the right, and you scroll down, it'll tell you, of course, all of the best things about being a CM advisor, what it costs, and also the fact that you can get the Hunter Green Sunburst album along with a business builder book and a catalog free when you join. So it is a great reason to join to get this exclusive album. And again, our advisors get so many wonderful little perks like that. So I just thought I'd mention that because, again, it would kind of complete your Hunter Green album collection. So love that. Okay, let's spend the last little bit of time talking about a little bit bigger picture planning. How many of you that love Happy Albums have actually used them as your planner, like as a calendar type of planner? I'd love to hear in the comments below, just drop them in the comments below, if you have used or you think you might like to use your happy album as a planner. It's a great size, right? That's, I think, one of the huge benefits of it. The 8x8s, of course, are a lovely size as well, but this feels more vertical. You know, you've got a little bit more space, but still compact. So the reason I'm asking about that is because, of course, we have the new 2024 cover, and we have, this was launched a little bit earlier this year. We have the Happy Album Planner, and this is a set of pages. You see when you open them up, you've got a cover page, very much like you'd have in a planner, and then you have a series of pages that have calendar spots on them. So this would be a full sort of calendar spread. Now they are undated, so you can actually use them anytime. You can start them anytime in any year. But I think this particular set, of course, we planned it. Speaking of planning, ha ha ha. We planned it to go, you know, the colors to go with this beautiful sky blue. So we've got kind of the sky blue, we've got more of a navy, we've got the green, all of these beautiful pages with lots of space in the squares themselves, you know, to write down any appointments and things. Little tiny squares there to put your dates in, and then you've got space for notes. So you've got enough to do the whole year. And then there's also a sheet of titles, so one for each month. And then we've got some little planner style stickers. So there's things like celebrate, note to self, you know, love this, it's party time. Arrows, you know, to direct your attention to certain events. And then lots of these fun little icons, you know, birthday presents maybe, or this might be for vacation, traveling. You know, again, don't forget this, check this off, that kind of stuff. So many of us will use the Happy Album Planner sort of kit actually as a calendar planner. But I know that what I've done over the past several years is that I've actually used the dated album for my kind of yearly kind of personal album. So I've actually set it up with one package of regular pages, and then I've got it interspersed with one package of the horizontal pocket pages. So what I'm kind of thinking is that, you know, this might just be kind of a title page. You know, maybe I would even use something like this, and then maybe do a decorative border over the front here, some kind of, you know, note about it being, you know, for 2024. And then I would go ahead and I would add in my pages. So I'd have a planner spread, a calendar spread. And then in the middle, I'll be able to add some photos of things that happened that month. So I've done this, you know, this sort of format with just regular pages, but I'm so thrilled that I'll just be able to print some photos, slide them in. If I have more than 4 or 5 photos that I want to add, I can always put in another pocket page and just slide some photos. And instead of using it to kind of remind me of what's happening, like what appointments I might have or that kind of thing, I plan on using it as more of a reminder of what actually did happen. So, you know, maybe this is going to be, I don't know, January, maybe this is about the 14th or 15th or something, you know, out for dinner with Kim, you know, had such a great time catching up, haven't seen her since October, you know, whatever. So it's almost more like a little individual date that I can record information and ideas. And of course, I don't have my square punch handy, but I would use my square punch to punch out some decorative paper to maybe fill in some of these squares. I would use some of those little stickers or maybe other collections to add in a little decorative element, a border across the bottom. This doesn't have to be notes. This could be, you know, my journaling. I could, you know, take a sticker and cover up the note section and have something else that's decorative. So there's so many different ways that I could use this, since I have it set up to basically be 2 pages and a pocket page in between. And that's just enough for me to kind of jot down all of the everyday things that are happening in my life. Because truly, I might not want to do, a full spread about going out to dinner with a friend, but I want to remember it. So maybe there's a little picture of us. I print it small and I pop it into one of these squares. Or maybe, there's a birthday party for someone that I went to and there's a great picture of my husband and I might print that out and put it here. Not enough that I would do a full layout about it, but just as a little catch-all. And I love that idea of capturing some of the things from everyday life. And I know that I have several friends who are advisors who do that kind of thing, and they actually offer, time for their customers to get together. So you might even want to think about it being, we used to call them happy album social circles, where one night a month you get together, you print some photos, and you come and you create your monthly spread. So whether you want to use the planner bundle as a planner to keep you organized and keep you, on top of things that are coming up, or as kind of a year at a glance sort of album where you can capture and record all the things that have happened. So I think there's a couple of ways to approach that. And I really, really love these colors. I love the cover color. And I really think it's going to be a game changer to have these pocket page inserts. So fast and easy to slide 4 photos from the month in there and then either do a calendar spread or, some notes or journaling. So that's what I have in here, and it's kind of ready to go. I'm going to be challenging myself to kind of share these pages throughout the year with you. I have to admit, like many of us, when we start a project at the beginning of the year, I have not finished all of the previous books that I've started on a yearly basis like that. So that will kind of be the idea here. I'm seeing a couple of comments here. Someone from Facebook is saying she keeps track of the books that she's read. I think that is a great idea. And again, it could be a journal of some kind. Maybe you're embarking on a weight loss or a health-related goal. Maybe you're training for something. Maybe you are taking certain courses and you want to document those. This little size could be so many, it's so versatile, it could be used for so many different things. A gratitude journal, I'm seeing a comment from Cindy. That's a great idea. Someone else has been saying that she's used the Happy Album since 2019 as a monthly yearbook. So yes, I think they're great. I've got several of mine. Again, I love this little dated journal, dated front cover here so that it is easy to refer to. I can just pull it and do a quick look through that. So talking about planning very specifically, but talking about planning in general when it comes to our happy albums. So whether you're planning for gift albums, planning to do a December days along with me, starting kind of mid-November and then through the month of December, or thinking ahead into 2024 and thinking about documenting it in some way or using this as an actual planner. So lots and lots of reasons to think about the happy album. And of course, as I say, I'm just absolutely thrilled that we've come up with a sustainable sort of way to do our pocket pages. I think that's going to be a game changer for those of us who want to use the happy album. And as I mentioned a couple of times now, I will make sure to link the happy album fast album formula and the 8x8 fast album formula for you in the comments after we finish here in a couple minutes. Okay, so we didn't really create anything today, but I think it's always a good idea to start planning, right? To take some time out and plan, and really that's what we were talking about today. So I invite you and I encourage you to use a little bit of time this week to think about those kinds of things. There's the saying that, there's no, if you fail, I can't remember how it goes. If someone remembers how it goes, drop it in there. But the idea that basically nobody plans to fail, but if you fail to plan, then sometimes it happens. So There's no failure if you are planning. Even if you don't kind of keep up with the plan, that whole idea of kind of deciding on a project, setting a goal, starting it off, and having the tools that you need to start it off. You know, it's much easier to keep a yearly album in something like this than maybe a larger size. So for some of us, that would be a really great way to approach 2024. And we may have some other ideas for you coming up about 2024. So, you know, don't think that you're locked into the happy album. But if you love that size, if you like the idea of it, it's definitely time to think about it and to plan ahead. Okay? Will there be a holiday 8x8 album this year? No. So we have released our fall album. So there was the pumpkin one, the chocolate stitched, the hunter green, which is a color that we haven't done in the 8x8s as a solid. And I'm just looking, there was also the blue shimmer. So there was those 4 particular 8x8s. And then, of course, the 4 that are always in the line: cobalt, ruby, ebony, and chocolate. Okay, so definitely choose from those if you are loving the 8x8 size. And now you have a couple of happy album sizes to choose from as well. You know, I think this would actually be quite a nice holiday album as well, because then you can really choose whatever products that you've got. You know, that doesn't have to be the green themed. It could be, you know, if you have sugar plum from, you know, years ago, something like this would be really lovely with that. So choose your favorite, get your products in, decide if you're doing the pocket pages or regular pages or a combination of both, and be ready. Sort of, as I mentioned, I'll post the date as we get a little bit closer, but it'll be mid-November, probably the week after the virtual crop in November, that we'll start thinking about and putting together our December days. And then I will share, you know, my December days as we get into the month of December, as I hope many of you will as well. Okay. For some of you, it's a new concept entirely. For some of you, you've been doing it for years. You've taken other courses about it. You followed Ali Edwards doing it. I really enjoy doing it. Let me back up. Many people will say, I don't have time to do it. But I really enjoy doing it because it makes me connect with what I'm doing during the holiday season. It sort of makes me, or gives me, an opportunity to pause and really enjoy and think about the things that we're doing. So often there's so many great things happening leading up to Christmas. Concerts and parties and family get-togethers and special events and, you know, going out and office gatherings and all of that kind of stuff. And it becomes such a blur that we almost kind of forget what we were doing. So I really find that the December Days project is a great way to connect and be really present and enjoy even more all of the things that lead up to Christmas, right? Even if it's, you know, I've got a page in my last year's book about, you know, my son and I like to go and choose and try all the coffees, right? So we love to go and try, you know, McDonald's coffee and Tim Hortons specialty coffee and the Starbucks coffees. And, you know, so all of those kinds of fun things that we do, but we might not think about documenting. It really helps me slow down and enjoy all of the things that lead up to the big day, the big Christmas day. Okay. So that's why I do December days. And I hope if you haven't done it before, you give it a try. If you have done it before, hopefully you'll join us again and we can do that kind of journey and share the spirit of the season together. Okay. All right. So I will be hopping off here now. Next week, we will be back to kind of creating and, you know, doing things together. That will be Wednesday, October 25th. So I invite you to hop back here next week to create some more with me. We will be doing a project next week. But again, in the meantime, don't forget to think about and plan, you know, based on what we've talked about today, and grab those items along with your secret box. And as long as there's a secret box in your order, you're going to get free shipping on that order. So now is the great time to sit back for a few minutes, plan on what you need, and put that order in before secret box number 4 is sold out. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time doing the project-based secret box number 4. So, all right, I almost gave you more information there than I should have. I tell you, I'm not very good keeping secrets. Anyways, thanks again for joining me today. Have fun planning and thinking about some of these things that we've talked about. And I'll see you again next week for a little bit more of a creative date again this time next week. Next Wednesday, October 25th, 5 p.m. Central Time. And check back in a few minutes for those links. I will put them in the comments or in the description. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.